Hello, everybody. Happy Friday afternoon. Hope yours is going well. And we've got another Seahawks video to get to today. But before we get into the football content, we just hit 2,000 subscribers to the YouTube channel. 2,000 YouTube subscribers. That's right, we did it. I want to thank everybody who helped me get this far. Old subscribers and new subscribers. And, as always, special tip of the cap goes to the channel members, including elite channel members Y2KHA, Brandon Mikel, Rip, and Scott Todd. So, the Discord server is now open for business. Look for the link to get the invite in the video description. And we will be doing a celebratory stream tomorrow where I take call-ins. So come on by if you want to call into a Brendan Nelson stream. All right. Now that that's all out of the way, let's get to the football content. Let Russ cook. Did we let Russ cook against the Eagles? Not really. All right, so it took a little while for me to get this data together, but we have the data now, so let's go ahead and jump right in. How did the Seahawks do against the Eagles in terms of their situational play calling? Well, the first thing that needs to be said is the Eagles game was just kind of weird because nothing worked. Nothing worked that well against the Eagles, except for throwing the ball to DK Metcalf. We couldn't run the ball at all. Carson had a couple nice runs, but other than that, running the ball was basically just a waste of a down because we couldn't block up front. And the passing game, while, again, DK Metcalf was able to eat, you can't really say the passing game worked like a well-oiled machine when Wilson is getting hit and clobbered and hurried and rushed on every other play. And at the end of the day, the offense was able to score enough points to win, and they were able to get at least one thing going really well, which, again, throwing the ball to DK Metcalf. But it was kind of a weird game in that by the end, when we got to the fourth quarter and we were up 2 scores, we were basically running the ball in every play for no gain and often a loss of yards. And I was actually okay with it because I just wanted that game to be over. So there were some things in that game that under normal circumstances I would have complained about, but I really wasn't that mad about them just because I wanted that stupid game to be over because the offensive line just couldn't block. And again, the only thing we could do in that game that really worked were throws to DK Metcalf. Lockett didn't do that much. David Moore was completely useless. We didn't use the tight ends hardly at all. It was a weird game. So the percentages by and large went up this week. I'll get that out of the way right now. I did some comparisons. If you take a look, our run percentage has jumped up to 39.2. We ran the ball on almost half of our plays against the Eagles, and we did so very ineffectively. And again, I'm not that mad about it because passing the ball was problematic as well because of the offensive line couldn't block. So I just kind of wanted that game to get done with as fast as possible, and running the ball at least kept the clock moving. But anyway, run percentage jumped up to 39.2, and we are now 22nd in the league. Totally fine with me, especially with the way the offense is going right now. Until Cedric O gets out of the starting lineup, we may just have to deal with a much more scaled back offense. First down run percentage jumped up as well. It's now at 46.5%. This is up from 45% last week. So we did a lot of first down running against the Eagles. We are now 21st in the league in first down run plays. So I'm not too upset about that. I think that's totally fine, especially given the parameters of the game we just played. And in general, I actually don't think it's bad to run the ball on a little less than half of your first down plays. 1st and 20, we did face one 1st and long against the Eagles. It was actually on the first drive of the game. We picked up a 1st and 20, and we did throw the ball. So I'm happy to report that in the obvious passing situation, the team still did pass. We passed the ball on a 1st and 20, which means our 1st and 15 or more run rate has dropped to 18.2, and our 1st down and 20 or more run rate has dropped down to 40%. We're now 22nd in the league on 1st down and 15 runs, which is good. I'd like it to be 0, but it's fine. And our 1st and 20 or more run percentage is 10th, which is not good, but we also have very rarely found ourselves in 1st and 20 or more, so it's not a particularly big deal. All right, 2nd down. We did run the ball a little more than usual on 2nd down against the Eagles, but only slightly. The number went up from 37 to 37.1. We are 24th in the league in our run percentage on second down, so this is totally fine in my estimation. Second down and 5 or 9, so second down and medium, basically. We're at 37%. Compare this to last week, we were at 33%. So one thing that we did do in the Eagles game where a lot of the extra running plays came from was on second and medium. So we ran the ball on a majority of our second and mediums, actually, and we're now almost to the middle point of the league. We are 18th in the league in running the ball on second down and medium. I don't have a big problem with this. Again, it's just this very weird thing where the offense just couldn't really get anything except for passes to Metcalf going. I will say this. I think part of the problem with second and medium with this team right now is that we don't have our tight ends implemented into the passing attack at all. Like I said, Will Dissly played 48 snaps against the Eagles and did not get targeted once, which is absurd. That's borderline tight end abuse, in my opinion, unless Dissly isn't healthy, in which case he shouldn't be out there. But, yeah, I don't really know what to say about the tight end usage. You would think second and medium would be a great place to utilize your tight ends. So the only thing that I can think of is that this number needs to go back down a little bit, and we need to start getting the ball to the tight ends on some of those plays. But in this game, I guess I can kind of understand why you would want to run the ball more on second and medium, but goddamn if it did not work very well at all. All right, second down and 10 or more to go. We did face a couple of these situations against the Eagles. We did do pretty not my favorite against the Eagles. The percentage went up from 22% to 25.3%. Some of this was because we were trying to run out the clock at the end of the game, so I'm not that mad about it. We had some second and 12s late in this game where we just wanted to get out of there, and I don't blame them. So not worried about this. We are still 26th in the league in running on second and long, so that's fine. There's nothing wrong with 26th in the league. I'd like to be 32nd, but I can also understand why, to a certain degree, we just wanted the game to be over with against the Eagles, because that offensive line was going to get somebody hurt by the end of the game. All right, so that's second down. Still looking pretty good here, so let's go to third down. And you better believe the percentage did go up. We did run the ball a little more on third down, but it only went up by about less than 0.25%. So we did run the ball slightly more on our third downs. We did, however, come all the way up to 10th in the league in running on third down. So we are now a top 10 team in terms of running the ball on third down. Once again, part of the reason why this is because we just wanted that game to be over with. I think we had 2 runs at the end of the game to Carlos Hyde on third and very long, where we weren't trying to get the first down. We just wanted the game to be over with, and I get it. I don't know if I want it in future games, but in this game, I understand. And finally, third down and long. We actually faced a lot of these against the Eagles. In fact, I believe, 4. We were in third down and long 4 times. And we did run the ball once, actually. So we're still first in the league, but this percentage did go down. It went down from 45 to 41.7, which is still first in the league, but not by as much. So I guess that's a positive, but we are still lagging behind here. And so weird game. I'm not going to ascribe a ton of meaning to it because the offensive line was playing that badly. But overall, if you take a look at the percentages, this team is doing a pretty good job of making the right decisions on first and second down in terms of their play calling, in terms of just pass versus run. That being said, third down continues to be an issue for me. I'd like to see some of these running plays relocated to earlier downs. But at the same time, that was a weird game, and I understand that circumstances dictated we do things a little differently. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Peace out, go Hawks. Again, join the Discord server if you haven't already. Come check out the video game streams tonight. I think we're going to be playing something brand new tonight. And, peace out, go Hawks.